And then after that ended and had all that time in isolation, just me and God, but then had the interviews too, and everything I'd learned over the years, what could I have done better? Like I think about, I do this with broadcasts. I probably should take my own advice more. But I think about in every business conversation, what can I have done better? How could I get better? These are important questions to ask ourselves. And then, but even in relationally, if a relationship fails, it's one thing to be able to go, well, they're just little cheating, conniving whores and blah, blah, blah. And they're narcissists and rah, rah, they're bad and they're angry people and they yell and they kick things and and they, I'm just like all this stuff. Like, they drink too much, they fart, they chew on ice, they fart. I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff, right? None of it makes sense. I'm just trying not to think of any real criticisms that trigger people. Although farting could do that. But what could I have done better? How could I have shown up differently? How could I have prevented the question, do you love me? Or do you really love me? How could I prevent that question? I know that question is asked like as a joke sometimes, but sometimes it's being asked for a serious reason. Do you really love me? And my dumb brain at the time, hearing that question, I'm like, well, of course I do. Not understanding that it was a real question. It's interesting because I actually saw this happen on the show Vikings, which I'm obsessed with now. And it broke my heart. Because that look that the princess gave, in his response, when he looked back and he didn't say a word, I don't know why I just brain farted on his name. Anyway, that was telling. It reminded me of the BS that I used to spew. How do I show up for someone in a way that they never have to ask that question? I ask myself so many of those different questions. What if I'm misunderstanding that text message? What if I misread it? What if they just got busy and that's why they're not responding to your text? Like, why are we taking this personal? Asking myself lots of questions. And it's amazing now because of all those questions that I asked myself leading up to this new relationship and now being in it. Not only do I hear those questions repeat themselves in my head before I'm about to act, I'm then recognizing the opportunity to reframe and heal past sins, if you will. Instead of reacting to this time I'm going to wait. Instead of responding out of anger, I'll ask a clarifying question instead to make sure that I understood.